I've recovered and feel like I can drink again.
You're back?
Well, last week was rough, man. After trying to do this show after starting with day drinking and the opening day last week, last week was rough on me. I did not have a fun show last week.
Very rarely are out of the two of us are you the more partied one.
I drink once a week and it's tonight. Yay.
This has kind of become more of my Friday night now, honestly.
Yeah.
So
So you're telling me that your Friday mornings feel like Saturday mornings?
exactly. That's how I know whether or not we had a good show. I'm Mike.
I am Brendan.
This is Two Dudes Wearing Hats. Thank you for watching. Make sure you go to Two Dudes Wearing Hats or 2dwh.com. Like, subscribe
2DWH.
wherever you get your podcasts. Follow on YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're watching right now. What's up, dude?
Well, no, I don't know. Now all of a sudden I've gotten this thought in my mind. 2DWHG, Two Dudes Wearing Hats Gaming. 2DWH WW, watching wrestling. 2D I'm trying to put all kinds of more in
Just letters. Just 2DWH.xylmnoptl.
I have a glass here.
I have a. Does that have any branding on it? Oh yeah, so Downtown Flavor Town glass.
Downtown Flavor Town. Have you been to any of the Flavor Towns?
I went the one in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. It's not Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. It's only in Pigeon Forge. But the one in Pigeon Forge, I've been to a few times. I really enjoy that place.
When I think about Pigeon Forge, I think about what's his name? The guy, Believe It or Not, Ripley's Believe It or Not. I love those places.
That is a great town to be in for those kind of places. Specifically, drinking Maker's Mark.
I am back on the Maker's Mark. It's funny, tonight I was gonna actually do 2 beers instead of a liquor and a beer.
Yeah.
But I know that we're gonna end with a shot, and I'll never forget the old rhyme: liquor before beer, have no fear. Beer before liquor, never sicker.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to, instead of having beer followed by a shot tonight, we're gonna start with liquor and go to beer after that.
Okay. I have Trade Water, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey from Barton 1792.
What was your opinion on that? How do you like that one? Is
good,
it,
sweet, light.
Sweet. Okay. I was wondering if it was hotter.
No, it's on the sweeter, lighter side. It honestly probably is a little bit closer to that Maker's Mark than anything.
See, that's what I like about Maker's, is it's a little bit sweeter. It just, even on the nose. I guess that's the wheated bourbon.
I would say it's not as round. It's not as round as a Maker's Mark. A Maker's Mark is nice. It's round and soft. It's a little bit sharper. This is a little bit like, you get a little bit more, like a tad of the ethyl alcohol on the nose.
Yeah.
With that high whiskey ethyl alcohol.
Gotcha.
Delicious, but I would say a Maker's Mark is smoother. This has a little bit more of a rye spice, I would bet. 1792.
You know, I hate to admit it. And you know what? Maybe I don't hate to admit it anymore. You know what? I'm going to come out and say it.
What?
In the bars, you kind of give people shit for mixing their bourbon with stuff. I do like a bourbon and Coke here and there, and I specifically like a Maker's and Coke. Maker's
is probably the best. It's expensive in the bar to do it this way.
Yes.
But flavor-wise, it's the best, like, bourbon and a Coke. Bourbon.
Yeah.
You're going to hate me when I say this. Bourbon and a Dr. Pepper.
I haven't really had that.
Let's fucking go, baby. You give me a fucking, like, 100 proof bourbon and some Dr. Pepper.
You don't have a lot of bars that have Dr. Pepper on tap, though.
It's a Pepsi product, right?
It's either that or root beer that goes back and forth. I don't know.
I would have loved to work at a bar at some point in my life that had root beer on the gun.
We had
that
root beer
would have been
on the gun.
a black. Did we have root beer on the gun?
No, we didn't where we were. At a place
Okay.
we had root beer on the gun.
I would love to have had root beer on the gun.
It was my keep behind the bar soda for me.
We don't know the gun's the thing behind the bar the bartender uses to spray soda when they make like a rum and Coke.
The gun.
I would love to have had that back there. Making drinks with that would have just been a lot of fun. Like make something and then just top it with root beer. So much.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of flavor in root beer and lots.
Good root beer is like a really nice. Now I want a good root beer. Now I want like a
You like a glass bottle IBC?
an
I like an IBC
IBC.
root beer.
What's the Buffalo Trace? Freddy's.
Oh, I don't know. Buffalo Trace
Freddy's.
is a root beer.
Yeah, they have a root beer. It's like Freddy's.
Do you
root beer.
remember the rage when Not Your Father, is that what it's called? Not Your Father's root beer came out?
Man, what a weird flavor that was, though.
An alcoholic root beer, and people fucking flocked for it, though. It was when it first came to be, it was a huge thing.
People would get mad that we didn't have it in the bottle.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You don't have a Not Your Father's? No, that's the weirdest, most niche. No, I don't have alcoholic root beer.
Right.
No. And the cream soda, in my opinion, was probably better than the beer when it came to those Not Your Father's drinks.
I love the flavor of cream soda or orange cream soda or things like that. Cream soda, I'll always choose side by side with root beer. Yeah. I can't stop playing with the wax. It's like when I was a kid. I can't stop it now. Now I'm just twisting it and breaking it.
Oh, the Maker's Wax?
Yeah, I was telling Mike a second ago that I used to take the Maker's Wax and stick it in my G.I. Joe's like armpits and the points on their body where your rubber bands would connect them and make it look like they were bleeding.
The extra stuff on whiskey is always fun. Like Maker's Mark has the wax. This has the interesting little neck label that kind of reminds me of the McKenna 10.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's a great bourbon that I haven't had in a long time.
Looks like the print on $1. It's hard. It's like $80 a bottle now, dude.
Didn't Michter's have a label over the top like that as well, or no? Michter's might not have.
Maybe
I don't know.
What a bottle. I haven't bought a bottle of Michter's in very, very long. And what is an underrated bottle is Johnny Drum 101.
Yeah, I had that not too long ago on the show. Well,
is it the
before I moved here,
copper wax?
It's been at least 4 months. Yeah, it's a goldish, I would say.
Goldish wax.
Goldish, yeah. A dirty gold. Fool's gold.
Give me that dirty gold.
Sandy gold. Oh, that's kind of what it looked like. I don't know.
I'm glad more alcohol doesn't come waxed to get inside. Like, could you imagine if every beer in the 12 pack had a wax topper?
That'd be kind of annoying.
That would be insane.
Do you remember when we were down there? And maybe it was just me, but one of my coolest memories from the Maker's Mark thing was seeing just the cardboard boxes all against the wall with fucking brick-sized bricks of wax. And I thought it was so cool to see the wax before it got melted down.
Yeah,
and they even had some of the blue bricks there because Kentucky
they were getting ready to do Derby.
The Derby
basketball.
Yeah, Kentucky Derby or Kentucky basketball. They also do. Wait, the Derby they do green, don't they? Or
they do a bunch.
They do some different color specialty waxes every now and then. Yeah,
but no, you're right. Blue. They also do Kentucky blue for basketball.
Yeah,
and they probably do a red Louisville that we don't see.
It's the same. Man, what a fucking way to mark up a bottle. Just give the same bottle every day. What's special about this? That's a red Louisville wax.
It's Louisville red. It's off a hair. It's a shade different.
That's not the UK blue wax. That's the Louisville red wax.
It's $20.
I have a Louisville bottle right here. Never mind.
Oh, it's a Louisville Maker's Mark. Mine is the Cleveland Browns Super Bowl wax. It's not there.
It's not there. Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns playoff wax.
You see, they're already backtracking and starting to admit the Deshaun Watson thing was that was an error in judgment.
No, nobody saw that coming.
Man.
Not a single person saw that coming.
Man. Talk about buyer's remorse like we've never seen in sports.
Yeah.
Man. Anyway.
What have you been watching on TV, or what have you seen? What's got your attention?
So we talked about it's Thursday, so it was Masked Singer Day.
Oh yeah.
Today. I always watch it a day after, the day behind.
Spoiler alert.
Singer. Yes, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for the next 2 minutes
episode of the Masked Singer.
We're gonna ruin it.
Starting right now.
Okay.
Great, that was Method Man.
Method Man.
I loved that was that. It was I grew up listening to Wu-Tang, so it was fun to see it. I was one of those white kids in northern Kentucky who walked around listening to Wu-Tang. So like it was really cool to see Method Man on this show. And my kid's like, who? I'm like, oh, let me tell you. And the Method Man song
Right
that I
now, your
listened
daughter's
to,
somewhere Googling Method Man lyrics.
why do you sit the coat hanger on the stove top till it got red hot? And
Oh God.
like, oh my God.
But last night on Boy Band Night,
yes,
yes,
it was him. He was revealed.
he was
Close
Stud
spoiler.
Muffin. He was Stud Muffin.
Now close spoiler.
Now closed spoiler. Spoiler closed. But anyway,
So
what
I
else
watched
have you
that.
been watching?
My wife and I have been going back and forth with the movie week. We haven't finished this week's movie. We started it, got really sleepy.
Is it your week
we're
to
old.
choose, or
It's
is it
my
her
week.
week to choose?
It was my week. It was
It's
my
your
week.
week to choose. It's a Mike movie.
Yeah, the 1989 Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren.
No shit. And that little musical thing, that beep, 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 beep. Oh man.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember watching that very young. God, I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember that they were appalled by eating ribs at the one point.
They didn't understand how they're, and because it's one of the first scenes, and
when they land,
Tila
or when they arrive.
picks one up out of a bucket like a rib because they're from another planet and now they're on Earth and they find a bucket of ribs and they pick it up and Tila goes to eat and she goes, why do they put the food on these little white sticks?
Yeah.
But the Masters of the Universe movie is so fantastic. You've got the little like Gwildor.
That's what
they tried to make an ET character. They needed an action figure because he's not from the show. Like he's not from the cartoon. He wasn't from the action figures. They made him for the movie.
He looked like a little person version of Beast Man.
Well, what's funny,
like that orange.
If you watch like Frank Langella, who plays Skeletor in that movie,
okay,
is a classically trained actor. He is like a stage, like a British stage actor. Like he's an actor.
Yeah.
And he's in this Masters of the, and if you watch him commit to these scenes where he is just like, every time I fight, like the passion he puts into like this performance of like a goofy, like cartoon skeleton.
Yeah.
Is incredible. Courtney Cox is in it as a really young actress.
It was Courtney Cox, wasn't it?
Courtney Cox is in this movie, but Masters
like Kirk
of the Universe.
Cameron or someone, or no?
No, not Kirk Cameron.
Why I thought Kirk Cameron.
The guy is unmemorable because it's Courtney Cox, and then she has a boyfriend. The actor who plays the boyfriend couldn't tell you his name, couldn't tell you anything else he was in. He's unmemorable. Dolph Lundgren is He-Man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And who's basically it's just a buff dude walking around in his undies with a cape and with a really big cape. And did he do
this? Was this pre or post Rocky?
I think this was post Rocky. Hold on.
Post Rocky?
Hold on.
So he was already he was getting typecast at this point. You know who should be He-Man? Oh man, I can't think of his name right now. What is Drago?
Drago.
No. Isn't that his name? Ivan Drago? Or
he was what? Dolph Lundgren was Ivan Drago.
Yeah, okay, that is his name. Good. I was trying to think of his name and I was blanking on it. God, the whiskey might already be hitting me. Jesus.
So, wow.
I would say that He-Man. Wait, what, for Dolph Lundgren's movie career?
Absolutely. I'm looking through this. I didn't realize everything he's done. And like
anything where they needed a blonde bad guy.
Here's something that's pretty interesting. He was the follow-up and he filled in the shoes of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten Cop 2.
Was he really? I didn't even know there was a Kindergarten Cop 2.
There was a Kindergarten Cop 2. It was, I don't know who the other guy. Bill Bellamy and Dolph Lundgren. It was two guys. It was instead of just one. It was two cops as Kindergarten Cop. So Kindergarten Cop 2 was Dolph Lundgren and Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy.
However,
There's a name you haven't heard since Y2K.
you don't hear about since
That's like
Y2K.
there was like a Family Guy episode that was talking about how was it Kurt Loder and some different people who never made it past Y2K. It was all these MTV personalities.
So this was technically the third thing he did. He was in A View to Kill, the Bond movie.
Okay.
Rocky IV. He was in A View to Kill in 1985. Rocky IV in 1985. So he did 2 movies, and he's also a big credit of his is James Brown's "Living in America" video, because there's clips
in
America, because there's clips from Rocky IV in that
yeah.
music video. And then that was all in 1985, and then in 1987 he made Masters of the Universe. So he was Ivan Drago, and then he was He-Man.
It was
He was Vince. He
87?
was
I thought
he
you
was
said
a
it was-
Bond
oh, wow.
villain. And then he was Ivan Drago, and then he was He-Man.
Yeah.
And then in 1989 he was the Punisher. He was the
Wow.
first Punisher movie. There's a weird 1989 Punisher movie, which is him like as a dark, which he is a dark, broken character, but it's basically just Dolph Lundgren sulking around for like 90 minutes, and you never see the Punisher skull except for one moment in this movie where it's on the butt of his knife, like the bottom of his knife handle
Really?
is the Punisher skull. Like that's the only time I know this really dorky bullshit about all these old ass superhero movies. See, this was my Marvel universe, was in the 80s and 90s, man. This stuff today is cool, but give me Dolph Lundgren, Punisher, give me like the Captain America movie where he had the rubber ears. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Ears? No.
There was an 80s Captain America movie.
The pointy ones that went back kind of like almost look like the Flash, or no?
No, but there was because you know how in the Captain America costume his ears stick out in the comic books, like his ears would stick out of the mask. In the movie, the guy just put a mask on that had rubber ears, and they were really bad, poorly made rubber ears in like the 1980s Captain America movie. That's just all it is.
Invigorating.
But I did also start watching the new Daredevil, Born Again.
Okay.
I'm only 1 episode in. Fantastic.
Is that the one Vincent D'Onofrio's in?
He's in all of them. He's
Okay.
but
He plays
he's in
what's the bad guy character he
Kingpin.
plays? Kingpin.
the Kingpin.
I like Vincent D'Onofrio.
An amazing performance as the Kingpin. He is just destroys that role. But that's something we picked up and watched. Righteous Gemstones, of course, is rocking so hard.
I need to watch that show.
The first episode of season 4 was a very interesting choice. It was very, very different. Very, very, very different from what they normally do.
Yeah.
But then after that, it came back, and it's just been a riot. I love this show. It is probably one of my favorite comedy shows of all time.
I gotta start watching it. I've never heard a bad thing yet.
Hands down. The actors that are in it and the amount of work they're allowed to do. I don't even know her name, but the actress who plays Judy Gemstone in this show is fucking incredible. Like, I'm not a spoiler, but like there's a scene where she's gonna try to like seduce another female, and she just walks up and starts saying like, "You want to get that bean flicked? You want me to flick that bean?
God.
Come on." And it's the most awkward, uncomfortable moments, and it's so hilarious. And 4 seasons in, they've always delivered. It is one of those shows I'm really gonna miss it when it's gone. Like, I'm gonna be bummed out when I don't have any more Gemstones to watch, because this season they've announced as the last season.
Oh, that's how I felt about What We Do in the Shadows. That hurt me when that show ended.
That's always one I've been meaning to pick up and start.
It is so absurd. Very, very funny stuff. Very great actors.
Edie Patterson. Edie Patterson is Judy Gemstone in Righteous Gemstones. Thank you, Bob. She is incredible. She's also in the show Vice Principals that I told you need to watch as well.
Oh, yeah, Vice Principals.
With Danny McBride and Walton Goggins.
Danny McBride is pretty damn funny. And Walton Goggins, I haven't seen him in anything bad.
He is on this weird tear right now because like he did Vice Principals, he's Baby Billy in The Righteous Gemstones, he was in Fallout,
Fallout and
he's
Fallout 2 is
in
coming back soon.
he's in that new season of White Lotus that
He
is
was
popping off. It's one of the most popular things out right now is that
he
new
was
season
in
of White Lotus.
Justified.
He
had a
just
very unique role on
wild.
Sons of Anarchy that was hilarious.
He's just got is that where he was he a transgender person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he
Because
was.
I saw that he had that role. I was flipping through social media and it was a quick like here's a bunch of
The
rules
makeup they
Walton
did on
Goggins
him was pretty damn amazing. I can't tell where it begins, and and he wears a lot of low cut tops, and it's hilarious.
That's amazing.
But because Tig,
What an
one
actor.
of the Tig really gets into him.
So see, I wish you were in on Righteous Gemstones.
I know.
Because there's some moments for him in this new season that are insane. And
is he one of the Gemstones or is he someone different?
He is. So I can tell you this part. So John Goodman's the dad. He's like the Billy
Graham.
But he's like the Billy Graham character of the family. And then you've got Edie Patterson, Danny McBride, and Adam Devine.
Yeah,
Adam Devine.
Yeah, he was in Modern Family as the Manny.
Yeah, and he was from Workaholics, right?
And he was in Workaholics. Okay. Yeah.
So you've got those three as the children. Like Danny McBride is like almost like the copy of the dad, like kind of like the older, like got big thick country sideburns. And Judy is like the really just a shitty middle child, like thinks she gets everything, like a bitch.
Yeah.
And Adam Devine's character is very flamboyant. He has a best friend named Keefe, Keefe. Like okay. John Goodman's character keeps accidentally calling him Queef. And it's fucking hilarious. Like people will be like, what's that guy's name, Chief? Queef? Keefe. Keefe. And so they're a family, and the mom just had recently died, and that's kind of where you pick up the show is the mom and dad were like what was Tammy Faye Baker and her husband. They were kind of like that, but the mom had just died. And Walton Goggins' character is the mom's brother. And when they were kids, they were a Christian like kids singing duo. And they sang this country song about misbehaving, They were like, like tap dancing, like
Jim and Tammy Faye.
Jim and Tammy Faye. They were like the tap dancing, like that kind of like dancing group of kids for like Christians and churches. So like it's this family that you meet, but Baby Billy, his name is Baby. They call him Uncle Baby Billy. Like you meet him and they go Uncle Baby Billy, or they yell. John Goodman will yell at him. He's like, "God damn it, Baby Billy!" But this show is,
and it's on Max, right?
It's on Max. It's incredible. Gotcha. I can't talk enough about this show. It's so good. And after you start it though, you have to start peppering in Vice Principals, because that is a little bit more where Righteous Gemstones is big. They tell bigger stories. They kind of go, I don't want to say they have adventures, but like there's action scenes and there's like a couple car chases and like it's a big show. Whereas Vice Principals is a little smaller.
Yeah.
It's really about Walton Goggins and Danny McBride. There's a bunch of extra characters, but you get just scene after scene after scene after scene of them just bitching at each other. And Walton Goggins' character is like this really stuffy, like you would assume he was gay vice principal. And like you go home and he's got his wife, and his wife's mom lives with him, and she's like an older Asian lady who always just yells in, I think, Korean.
Yeah.
And like just like all these things, just this extreme character where he takes Danny McBride over to his house and he goes, and the woman smells like burnt noodles is my fucking mother-in-law, Min Chin. I'm like, just degrades this woman in front of Danny McBride's character, and it's this show. Well, that show, Vice Principals, is great. It's wonderful, but their whole sense of humor in I think it was called Rough House Pictures.
Yeah,
Is Danny McBride's like all the stuff he makes.
that's
I
what they
can't
did.
get enough.
Eastbound and Down, right?
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
From what I know, they also do that new show Tires with Shane Gillis.
I haven't seen that. But,
I've
wait,
seen
I know
trailers.
what
I
you're
haven't
talking about.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the like trailers.
Yeah. Gotcha. You want to hear some randomness before we get on to something else?
Yeah.
I've got today in history.
Ooh, I thought that was a sentence that I processed piece by piece,
I've got
word
today.
by word. I was like, I was like, oh no.
Actually,
Today.
I'll give you the birthdays for today that are pretty
All right.
good. Doris Day, Marlon
Okay.
Brando, Wayne Newton, Eddie Murphy, and Iron Chef Kat Cora.
Isn't that the song? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Say
What
the names
song?
again.
What do you think I'm doing? We Didn't Start the Fire?
That's what I'm saying. Doris Day.
Doris Day, Marlon Brando, Wayne Newton, Eddie Murphy, Kat Cora. No, that's not how it goes.
Doris Day, Wayne Newton, Eddie Murphy, Cat Cora.
Nope.
Doris Day, Wayne Newton, Eddie Murphy, Cat
No.
Cora. Doris Day, Eddie Murphy, Wayne Newton, Cat Cora.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's also the day outlaw Jesse James was killed.
Mm.
TV Guide published its first issue.
I wonder how many people bought the first TV Guide.
I don't know. It had Lucille Ball's son on the cover.
How did you? That I bet that was probably a reason people bought it, because that's when like people were obsessed with like, we have to see the celebrity, because you didn't have TV and internet is readily accessible back then, so you didn't get to see
Yeah.
these people every single day. So that's interesting. TV Guide, Lucille Ball's son.
Yeah. That was just a few things. You know, Martin Cooper behind Motorola made the first handheld mobile phone call. Do you know the year?
One more time.
Martin Cooper from Motorola made the first handheld mobile phone call.
1982. Two.
73.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
There was a mobile phone call in 73.
I would have never thought. No, 62 in the chat. No way. No way. So yeah, 93. 93 seems too, because like there's 80s movies with wireless phones. So that's why. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
there's
they
like-
were the
there's
big
like 80
bricks.
movies.
And
But that's still a mobile call.
it said handheld mobile call. So yeah, you could say, but then the car phones were mobile phones, but they were still like, I remember, I think my cousin had one where it
My
was
uncle had a mobile phone in his truck, and I
a
thought it
car
was
in the
coolest
floor,
thing.
a phone in the floor almost in the middle.
Yeah, he had a big truck, so it kind of sat low in the middle down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just weird. It was a handset with a cord that just kind of sat on this little mount on the bottom of the dash. It was really weird looking.
Yeah. Now looking back, it is hilarious that you basically put a kitchen phone in
your car.
Yeah.
In a thing that how often, and I could never have imagined somebody like I don't remember ever seeing somebody driving with the car phone up to their ear.
No, I don't
think
remember
I
that.
ever
Joe.
remember seeing that
Because if I'm not mistaken, the cost per minute was the same as calling somebody to tell you sweet nothings in your ear. Like, hi, big boy. This call's $1.99 a minute. I don't know. Do you remember that
1-900 love?
those commercials that would come on after Saturday Night Live, and you're like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh yeah. Well, Saturday Night Live, and then there would be
Showtime at the Apollo.
Showtime at the Apollo, and then that stuff would start.
Yeah.
Or on Friday nights, there was on USA, they would have Silk Stockings.
Silk stocking.
And after Silk Stockings, sometimes Silk Stockings came on right after Monday Night Raw. That was a wild night.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just turn off after Monday Night Raw? You were still watching Silk Stockings? Was that
Did you
pretty
ever
good?
watch Silk Stockings?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
You missed out not watching Silk Stockings, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah.
out.
Silk Stockings, and then that would roll right into Duckman.
Duckman.
Ooh. 90s USA was on a clip, man. 90s USA was hitting. Okay. Monday Night Raw, Silk Stockings, Duckman. They had I think the Max cartoon was on there for a little bit. 90s cartoons were something else. Like all those like really adult ones, like the Max and Eon Flux and Beavis and Butthead and
what was the one that I just never could get into? The Therapist.
Dr.
Dr.
Katz.
Katz. I
You
never
didn't like Dr. Katz?
I could not
I
get
got
into
it.
it.
I would watch Dr. Katz. I watched Dr. Katz and The Critic. I loved The Critic.
Never saw The Critic.
You know what I'm talking about, though? John
idea.
John Lovitz was the voice of the main character, and the critic, he was Jay Sherman, and he'd be like, "It stinks," and it would show like these little trailers of like fake trailers of fake movies, and it was go, "It stinks," like that was like his catchphrase.
John Lovitz is great.
Oh man, John Lovitz is one of those characters that like he is a character. Every interview I think I can ever remember him seeing, he does it. Well, I want to like that John Lovitz big character.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved his scene in the German car in Rat Race with the family and a little bit of ink on the mud. Like it just all fell. His roles and everything were just great.
He was great in that little tiny moment of The Wedding Singer, where like he kind of encourages them to go crazy, and then goes, "But I'm reaping all the benefits."
Right. He's been in some betting commercials lately.
Oh yeah,
he was in Little Nicky as well, wasn't he?
He is in. Oh wow, yeah, that's right. Wasn't Harvey Keitel Satan?
Yes, okay. He was. Little Nicky's coming back. You heard there's a second one coming, right?
Back. Happy Gilmore
2
is happening. Big Adam Sandler summer, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we need as dudes. As men, we need just big Sandler summer.
Summer.
There was like Hot Girl Summer a few years ago. We just need like big Sandler summer. We all just wear like sweatshirts
hockey
with
jerseys.
mismatched hockey jerseys with mismatched basketball shorts.
Yeah,
and like Timberland boots.
And we all get a friend, and we all are friends with Kevin James and Rob Schneider, and we put them in all of our. No, I want to see Grown Ups again. I was just thinking about Grown Ups when you said that. Yeah, Rob Schneider is hilarious in all of his stuff. He finds something random to make him do in every one of his movies. 50 First Dates, that character, that random Hawaiian Islander guy.
Rob Schneider's movies where he's the main character, though, are bad.
Maybe Deuce Bigelow 1 was okay. Maybe.
He was Deuce Bigelow, wasn't he? I keep thinking of like The Animal.
Oh, Ridiculous 6. That's a great call.
Ridiculous 6.
Have you seen The Ridiculous 6?
I've never seen The Ridiculous.
Are you shitting me?
It's the cowboy one, right?
Yes, it is hilarious. I mean, the 6 brothers are like.
Do you know what's really underrated Sandler?
What's that?
Blended.
Never saw it.
Blended. Oh, it's Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. It's one of those like he's got 3 girls, she's got 2 boys, they meet.
Oh, they're a blended family. Got it.
And they go on a trip to Africa. Like that's how the whole like movie it happens in the backdrop of Africa with like this whole adventure. But Terry Crews is hilarious in this movie because
he's in Ridiculous 6 as well. He's one of the brothers.
Scenes will happen in
Terry
the background.
Crews is great, and
what it is it's like a lover's resort. It's like a family's resort, but it's like you come and you will take your kids to our amusement park. You get to have fun, and like he's in the background, Terry Crews with a band of singers, always kind of narrating what's going on. So they'll be like, he is loving her, and like all these scenes will be happening, and he'll just show up and start singing. And like when they finally start enjoying each other's company, he's like singing, "Now they're blending together," and like, but they can hear him, and they're like, "Will you knock it off?" It's hilarious.
Did you and Kelly ever watch Modern Family?
No, Never did it.
My God, that is right. I think you guys would love that. The writing on that is so smart and so funny, and it's just I can't stop laughing. I've just restarted it again, and it is so good. You can't get a better cast. The ensemble cast in there is just fantastic. I've been rewatching a lot of Modern Family lately.
We do Abbott Elementary, which is fantastic. I love Abbott Elementary. It's a bunch of great actors. We do. We started Community.
Yeah,
with Joel McHale. That's really good. We also
got Ken Jeong in it too, right?
Yeah. We watch a lot of Joel McHale because we also watch Animal Patrol, which is it's like his like sitcom about like
animal control.
Animal control. That's actually pretty funny. We watch a good amount of that. Just those really fun, stupid. We love stupid sitcoms like that.
Like I think you guys
sitcoms
eventually give Modern Family a shot to run through because it's fantastic. It's so, and the way it's brilliant. One of the things I love about them, it's kind of another thing I like about It's Always Sunny. In the simplest form of It's Always Sunny, the thing that I love about the writing is they will find a way to make the stories go this way, but they always end up somehow re-intersecting, and they do that with three families in Modern Family a lot, and it's just hilarious to me.
So the show Abbott Elementary, that show is set in Philadelphia. This past season, they did a crossover episode with
I heard there was going to be
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. I don't know if you're going to watch the show to get that far in to see the crossover episode. So I'm kind of going to spoil it.
Okay.
But essentially, they work their way into like a community work program to volunteer at the school. And one of the main characters of Abbott Elementary is the janitor, Mr. Johnson. And of course, him and Charlie are butting heads over cleaning up trash.
Janitorial work.
Janitorial work. Frank buries himself in a flower bed out in front of the school and is like hiding.
So they got the whole cast, Danny DeVito and everybody, pretty much.
The whole crew, the gang.
Oh, that's great. They got the gang
from Sunny.
Yeah.
Like Dee is trying to seduce one of the teachers, and like Max trying to seduce the principal, and like it is incredible. It was a great use of those characters.
The actress who plays Dee, what's her name?
Caitlin Olsen.
Caitlin Olsen. She's got a show, High Potential. Have you seen that? It's getting rave reviews. I've watched one of them. It was really good.
Kelly watches that show.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. I think it's time for a beer. I finished my whiskey.
Yeah. I'm going to open a beer.
Let me tell you something fantastic right now.
Okay.
Do you know what has been annoying about doing the show in the past for me?
Oh, no.
I would have to get a beer, and it sits here until that beer segment. I never really had a cooler for it or anything like that. Now I've got my little tiny mini fridge right here next to me. I'm going to go ahead and pull an ice cold beer from it that I picked up today, something I've never tried before, but I am going to have to lean off camera for a second. This beer is from Cincinnati, Ohio.
He's not going to put the fridge over either. It's an Xbox-shaped fridge.
It is an Xbox-shaped fridge. I could probably... Okay, I'm going to risk it. Show you. Oh, there we go. It is an Xbox with an Xbox controller next to it.
That is a bright green.
It is Xbox green.
That is an insane green.
If I press this button, it lights up green on top. So anyway, let's bring the camera back. Try not to break the fourth wall here anymore. Or whatever this wall is. Fifth wall? I don't know. Anyway, so I have something that's I never tried before. And it's stuck out to me because it's just an interesting name and it's an interesting style that I've never heard of.
Okay.
It's, everybody wants to marry styles. This is a something. This is a this and that. This is called Gil. Gil. Are you familiar?
Gil, that sounds familiar. Is that out of It's a Cincinnati Brewery, West Side. West Side.
Brewing. Yes.
Yes.
The Gill German Irish lager. So I was very curious about this. It's a German Irish style lager, 5.5% alcohol, 18 IBUs. It says our tribute to Cincinnati heritage of both Irish and German immigrants. This mashup takes the malt recipe of a classic Irish red ale, our German lager yeast, and a mix of both traditional German and Irish hops to create a deep amber lager with light caramel and toffee flavors and a clean, dry finish.
Nice.
So it is truly an Irish-German collaboration. The German-Irish lager, Gill.
I've had a little bit of West Side's beer before. You ever, when you worked in the bar, did you ever put a beer on just because the salesperson was nice? Not because you really cared for the beer, because the guy was just nice. I'm drinking another High Life.
Wow, this is
from
a good
Cigar
color.
City Brewing.
This is definitely the red Irish hops, like they were talking, or red Irish malt, or Irish red ale. The malt recipe of an Irish red ale. Look at that.
There you go. That has got a great color.
So, smells good. What do you have there?
High Life IPA.
High Life. Oh yeah,
Cigar City.
Those are. Oh yeah, we were talking about that because that is a dangerous sport.
Yeah, it's got like the little stick or the cup you throw the ball and you whip it.
Very malty.
Nice and crisp.
Nice. Yeah, it's not bad. Gill.
Still got a little whiskey.
German Irish style lager.
Reds are losing 0-1 right now.
Who are they playing?
Brewers.
Brewers. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the big news this week? You were telling me you saw it more than I have, so I'm going to kind of lean on you and we'll talk. I've seen a couple things. I mean, I shouldn't say what's the big news and then immediately know what we're going to talk about, but you know what we're going to talk about.
So Nintendo came out swinging this week. They came out with the Nintendo Switch 2.
Did they?
Well, they announced some games. They did a detailed showing. The Switch 2, have you seen it?
I've seen stuff.
Okay. So this week they announced a bunch of things for the Switch 2. I can show. You'll see here. I mean, right here at the top, the design of this thing. The fan in the back is huge. It looks like it's actually going to keep this thing cool this time.
It is going to be able to run games at 4K. If you have a 120 hertz TV, you'll also be able to do 120 frames per second, I saw.
Yeah.
But I still don't think they're going to look like I heard like Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever still has like long load times and things like that.
Yeah.
We still can't expect this to rival a PS5 or a Xbox, can we?
But I think it's I don't think it needs to rival it, but I think it's good for this system to start acknowledging those gamers.
Yeah,
I think that's been a big thing for a long time. If you wanted to play some shooters or sports games or that certain games, it just wasn't a Switch thing. So you just played it on Xbox or PlayStation.
Right.
And we'll talk about some of those games, but dude, they came out swinging.
Yeah, Mario Kart World. Now that looks good. I'm all in for it.
Looks insane.
That would be the reason to get the game for the fun that we would have with Mario Kart World.
It's going to be 24 people per track, 24 racers per track, the most they've ever had in a game. From what it looks like, in this one, like depending on the vehicle, the costumes change as well. There seems to be like variations to the costumes that happen.
Gotcha.
Based on I think what car you choose, or you might just be able to pick a different costume of your own choice. But this game looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm in for Mario Kart World. I like the idea. Mario Karts have always been solid. They're fun games. Anybody can pick them up and play them. Families, kids, whatever. That's what Nintendo's always done well. From the Wii to the Switch is making things accessible to almost everybody.
Absolutely. So after Mario Kart, they talked about Donkey Kong Bonanza, their new 3D Donkey Kong, which looks to honestly be the Mario Odyssey Donkey Kong game,
Yeah, I can see that.
which I'm here for. Mario Odyssey was fantastic. I will absolutely play a Donkey Kong Mario Odyssey.
Bob let me borrow Mario Odyssey for a little bit, and I had some fun with it. I thought it was very cool the way they went between 3D and 2D at times and stuff
We may
like
have talked
that.
about this. Did you get all the way
You
to
said
New Donk
no,
City?
because you said there's something in there where it's one of the coolest gaming moments you can.
It's one of my favorite moments ever in video games. Is a moment in New Donk City. You've got to sometime hunker down, get in there, and get through to that part.
Okay, I'll have to.
So they announced Donkey Kong Bonanza. They announced some games that people have been asking for. Metroid Prime 4. The first-person shooter Metroid Prime. I don't play these games very closely, but the fans of these games have been waiting for this one for a very long time and asking for it for a very long time. So it's going to be a driving force on this system.
What does Jim Cornette say? For people who like that sort of thing, that's
the sort of thing those people like.
Yeah.
We've got Kirby Air Riders. From what I understand, this is a remake.
Okay.
Of a previous release, and then we have Dragon Drive, a wheelchair basketball game.
Huh.
So it also seems though this is you take the controllers, how they do the mouse thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Explain that.
You use them. The controllers are able to be used like a mouse. Here we go.
I have a Switch controller here.
So whereas Brendan's, you can swing it, you can use it like a controller. You can now use these like a mouse with the new Switch 2. So this will use both of them.
Supposedly you'll be able to do it like this, like use it like a mouse, which would make like games like Civilization and PC games more playable and doable.
But here you move them like your wheels in your wheelchair. So it seems interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. So they've got a welcome tour. You had a PlayStation, so you got to see the welcome tour game that PlayStation had, where it was like, oh, let's tell you all about the PlayStation by playing this little Astrobot game. Did you play that?
No, I did not play Astrobot, but I hear I need to.
No. They're not the full one you pay for, but when you got your PlayStation, there was that like little demo intro with Astro. You didn't play that?
No.
Play that. It's super fun.
Dude, within 2 minutes, I was on Spider-Man 2 because I had.
Yes, but the Astro thing was really fun. But anyway, here's what's weird. This is a whole game that's like a welcome tour of the Switch 2, but you have to pay for it.
That doesn't make sense.
No. They also announced Dusk Bloods, which is their
Dusk Bloods.
It's from the company that makes Elden Ring. So it's from the looks of it. Oh, this trailer is not going to play. We'll probably get a clip for it anyway. But it is a Elden Ring style game where you're a vampire, but apparently it has multiplayer aspects to it.
Interesting.
So you're a vampire. They have guns, and it's made by the people that made Elden Ring, and it has multiplayer. It looks like something I'm definitely going to be getting.
Unique.
They announced a bunch of like ports.
Whoa.
We'll go back. We'll go through them. I know what you saw. So Hades 2, not too familiar with that. Split Fiction, love it.
Very cool.
Glad that it's coming. I love a Street Fighter game. People love Street Fighter games.
Cyberpunk is huge. If they can put the Cyberpunk experience on there, even if the load times are a little bit longer, that's just freaking crazy.
That's okay.
Because that game is not supposed to.
I don't play Borderlands, but it has fans, so I'm sure it'll bring people over.
Bob is a massive Borderlands guy.
More Final Fantasy is always good. So we have Bravely Default. That's kind of, from what I understand, like a big
Hogwarts Legacy was already on
JRPG.
Switch, you bastards.
No, but this is a new version with enhanced stuff.
Oh, okay.
I will absolutely be getting Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Did you hear that he made a special request?
3 and 4.
I have 1 and 2 on Switch. What do you have 1 and 2 on?
I have.
Oh wait, we both have it on Switch.
I have it on Switch. I have it on PlayStation.
And we can't figure out how to.
I have that game.
We have it on everything.
I have it on everything. I love Tony Hawk, dude.
You heard Tony Hawk made a request for Bam to be in 3 and 4, right? And they're adding him.
Good. I'll play as him. I'll use
Yep.
them.
Yep.
Sid Meier's Civilization. This will be utilizing that mouse feature.
The mouse feature will be perfect for games like Civilization, games like Command and Conquer, games like
I will play the
your
fuck out
point
of
and clicks.
Civilization on a Switch. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, there's supposedly a Star Wars game coming from the people who made XCOM.
Yeah.
And I love that style of game. Did you mess with XCOM much?
I played XCOM in high school all the time.
I loved XCOM. I love that kind. I'm not a big turn-based person, but that style there where it's like squad strategy, fantastic game.
To be honest with you, I would restart Elden Ring on my Switch just for funsies.
Yeah.
Yakuza, those aren't for me. Those seem like fun. Enter the Gungeon. I played like 30, 40 minutes of the first one. They're fun. It's like a top-down like dungeon game, but you've got big guns and it's got this weird like gun changing mechanic and stuff in it where it's neat. It's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Brendan, they're giving me another James Bond game.
Another James Bond game featuring a wholly original Bond story. Players will step in the shoes of the world's favorite secret agent to earn the 00 status.
I can't wait. I'm going to spend all my time playing this game. Yes. Sound the whistle.
There it is. Hitman
World of Assassination Signature Edition.
Did I tell you about playing that in VR? It's very odd to be Hitman in VR, like where you have to actually like stretch out your fiber wire, sneak over someone's head, and like assassinate people in VR. It's weird.
Is this game multiplayer?
No.
Damn. I think this one is though, right?
Outlaws is not. Outlaws is more of a stealth approach. Star Wars, or it was meant to be more stealth at first, but they had to update the game. Look at all these.
So we've got Daemon Ex Machina. We've got Deltarune, a sequel to Undertale, like a really popular game.
Yeah.
Survival Kids. Don't know, don't care. Star Seeker, Astronaut Expedition. It's a
cooperative PvE.
I mean, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And also, you'll see here all the other games that they announced are coming in. And a big thing right here, you'll see sliding by
WWE 2K and NBA FC. 2K, Madden and FC. I play FC on the Switch already. That's not that new, but
you play what?
FC. They have FC 24 on Switch and 25. WWE 2K is amazing to me because that's pretty. I mean, you think of the roster of that game.
That's where I'll play that game. With that on Switch, I'll actually get those on Switch and play that on Switch. Some of these games though that are coming out, and also the fact that they have announced, is it going to be on here? GameCube, motherfucker.
Now, is that I didn't realize
GameCube, motherfucker.
Is there something from GameCube you specifically remember that, like, because I never had a GameCube.
This was the first system.
This was a lot of Zeldas, right?
My own money,
like Ocarina of bullshit.
No, Wind Waker.
Wind Waker. Oh, okay.
The animated looking cartoony one. There's going to be Soul Calibur 2, one of the best fighting games ever. It opens the door for a lot of incredible games. The GameCube was a fun system. So like there's a game, it's not been announced yet, but there's one called Eternal Darkness that I hope they put on there. Eternal Darkness was this weird horror game.
Wait. It's a first person and you have the demons that can come out in the arms, right? Or no, that's the darkness.
That's the darkness.
Yeah, never mind.
Eternal Darkness is a story, kind of a Resident Evil, Parasite Eve style, like PlayStation style, like story game. But it's all about madness and you're losing your mind. So the game will fuck with you.
Oh, that's interesting.
It'll look like a fly's on your screen. And a fly will move around. And then all of a sudden you'll be playing the game and your GameCube will act like it turns off.
That's crazy.
And then it'll kick back on. Or all of a sudden it'll start playing a Mario game. You'll be playing Mario game. Go back to your normal. it messes with you like you're losing
That's
your
funny.
mind. Yeah. In the chat, Bob calling out Wolverine. There is a sick Wolverine game that was called It was like based on X2, like the X-Men 2 movie.
Yeah.
So it was like in that in between time, it was like a mid-story game where you got to like be Wolverine and fight in the woods and kill.
God, how good would it be if the Arkham people leaned into a Wolverine game? Come on. Give me
that's why there's a Wolverine game coming out being made by the people that made Spider-Man.
Oh, is there?
And that should probably be
That'll
pretty
be cool.
decent.
Dude, the Spider-Man game is phenomenal. Like, I didn't think there would ever be anything that could rival Batman for a superhero gaming experience and storytelling movie-like experience, but that Spider-Man 2 game does it.
This is one of the best things I think that they've brought to the table with the Switch 2 announcement is game chat.
I saw that. That's very interesting where you can see everybody. You're going to have a camera. What's funny is I saw a specialty camera today that they just announced as well. Did you see anything about it? Nope, it's not that one. They have one that looks like Piranha Pete or whatever its name is. The plant. So it's the plant and then the open plant.
Where is that? I want that bitch.
I'll Google it real quick.
But no, this idea of being able to like chat with people.
Mike, hang on.
Oh, that looks great. Hold on, let's
But that's what it looks like, and it's gonna have the camera built in right there into the mouth.
I mean, that sounds incredible. But the idea,
the Piranha Plant version of the Switch 2 camera will be available at launch.
First off, just chat. Chat built into the game
without having to open a separate app on your phone. And
I can just play Mario Kart and chat with the people I'm playing Mario Kart with.
Right.
Thank you, Nintendo. That's all we wanted before.
Yeah.
It feels like they're actually trying to make, whereas the Switch before felt like its own thing. Like there were gamers and then there were Switch gamers.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like a different vibe.
Right.
This feels like a Nintendo trying to be like other systems. This feels like Nintendo trying to branch out and say, okay, we want everyone. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised.
This is Nintendo keeping up.
I'm surprised. You know what? I'm very surprised that it wasn't announced. Either Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty.
I don't think they'll bring a Grand Theft Auto to that just based on like.
They already put the old ones on there.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, that's where the bag's open, baby. Let's go.
And they've had a Red Dead on there, don't they?
Yeah,
you can do Red Dead 1 on there. I know for sure. It's an old original, so Rockstar isn't out of the question.
But I feel like also the biggest move is going to be, will they put like Call of Duty on the Switch? Like, I think honestly, I would play it that way. Call of Duty's actually just got me back this week.
Really,
I re-downloaded it. I'm going to start playing Warzone again.
I was a big fan of Battlefield, man. I loved Battlefield. I liked those. They were called Grand Operations.
Yeah.
They would take like 45. They were long battles that were like where you felt like.
You like the big grand battles. So, I like to go get my rifle and go hide in some building somewhere and just like watch the battle happen. And I'm going to start picking people off.
Is that the where you have like, is that where everybody has one life? And then they're out.
That's a version of it. I like to play the version there. I like to play the version. I think it's called Plunder, where you if you die, you do come back, but it's about collecting coins and collecting money, and then how much money can you collect in your like during this like 20-minute game, and you have to collect money and then go to these stations to deposit the money. You're on a team of 3 people or 4 people. 3, I can't remember the number. But you're on a team, and it's like whose team can deposit the I think it's like $1 million faster. So like you'll drop into a city, and there's money hidden all over the city. You're running through buildings, opening crates and shit, looking for money. And while you're doing that, people are trying to kill each other. And if you kill somebody, they drop all their money, and you can steal their money. So like, That's the version I like. I like Warzone Plunder. But
Okay.
also the two things they just got me with. They announced Verdansk, which is the original Warzone map. That it went away for a while.
I have some
They did a
friends who are
bunch of other maps, and they're bringing it back, and I'm
I have
so
streamer
excited.
friends who made specific posts about that. They're very excited for that map. It sounds like people getting excited about like Blood Gulch returning to Halo or something.
It's the same vibe, dude. Verdansk is such a
classic
good fucking map.
multiplayer map. Yeah.
So fun. There's a waterfall area where you can do combat. There's a bunch of buildings. There's skyscrapers. It was the first Warzone map was perfectly built. Every other map after that was okay.
Yeah.
The first Warzone map is flawless. And also, they announced, and this is how they totally got me, Jay and Silent Bob.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, they're in Call of Duty. I thought
you can have skins of Jay and Silent Bob. And as soon as that happened, I downloaded the game. As soon as I saw that, I went to my PlayStation. I was like, and we're back.
That's
we're back,
funny.
baby. We're back. So I can go to Verdansk and I could be Silent Bob. Okay. Okay. Sign
amazing.
me up, man.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. That is pretty amazing. Oh man. Okay, well, that's something they can look at. I mean, I mean, there's no way it wouldn't sell. I mean, Call of Duty is a proven entity across every platform. I mean, if they put it on Switch, it would sell.
It's the one thing I when they started announcing, as soon as they started going through this, like we have Elden Ring, we have Cyberpunk, we have Madden. I was sitting here saying like,
Cyberpunk's shocking to me, and I haven't ever played Cyberpunk.
That was the one that made me say that was when I was like, they're gonna announce Call of Duty. Like it's gonna happen, because it's always been the question is like, when will Call of Duty come to Nintendo Switch? Like that's when I thought like, well, here it's gonna be during this announcement.
Right.
But it wasn't.
Huh.
Maybe it won't happen. Sense. I don't know. Do you want to do a shot?
I think so. I was going to ask you another question.
Yeah.
But no. We can wrap it up if you want.
What was your question?
Are we excited about, and are we going to do something for WrestleMania?
This is going to be one of the best WrestleManias in a very, very long time.
There's
Last WrestleMania stuff with Cody winning the belt was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They are building Michaels, Austin, Tyson level hype. Like Punk, Roman, Rollins. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I wouldn't have thought a triple threat would be I mean, you know, it goes back and forth. But no, it works out perfect. That the contract signing the other night was really good. Sold me.
Heel Cena.
Heel Cena's pretty
John good. Cena, baby.
It's pretty fun.
I love it. He's cutting these crazy promos. He's finally getting to say wild shit again. Like you can tell he's enjoying it.
Right.
Like,
right.
I love this.
Did you see him almost smirk and break when Cody made the comment about the dick in his jorts? Like it felt like he was about to lose it. There was almost like this proud twinkle in his eye. Like,
but when Cena said, "All you've ever done is take their kids' money."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because that can be construed as both Tony Khan and Triple H and Stephanie. You know what I mean? Like that does cut both ways.
It could go either way.
And like
they're having some great promos. I mean, there was a minute where
Cena was cooking him and then Flair gets involved because of because they keep talking about the 17. They keep saying 17, which makes me nervous that they're going to bring in Flair.
If they bring in anyone, it's going to be Austin to counter The Rock. That's my thought. Because The Rock might try to get involved.
If you had Stone Cold Steve Austin to this WrestleMania, it's the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
No, that's my thought is
Please give me. Please let Rock and Cena and not Travis Scott. Let Rock and Cena be standing over Cody. Cody's bloody, beaten. Maybe Rock's about to get a ref to start counting in Cena's favor, and then the glass just breaks.
Yeah.
I'll flip my couch over.
It would be like last year when Undertaker popped up all of a sudden behind Rock. That was powerful. Yeah. No, it should be good. 2 nights, both of them look to be pretty good. It looks like now. Am I not? Cody and Cena closes night 2, right? And then Reigns, Punk, Rollins closes night 1, if I'm not mistaken.
There's Reigns, Punk, Rollins.
I'm pretty sure that's when Heyman said you're closing the first night of WrestleMania.
He didn't say first night. They have not said what night's what. I think there's a real good chance Cena, Rock, Cody go night 1. Because you don't think so?
No. Cody Cena is the main event and will be the main event of the entire thing. Mark my words.
Here's the
night
weird
2
part.
Main event is Cena Cody.
Do you notice what's changed though in WWE?
Everything.
In a wonderful way.
A lot of things.
I think a lot of it's for the good. But do you notice what's changed about WrestleMania?
What's that?
The Royal Rumble winner
is not in the main event.
Neither Rumble winner.
Yes,
neither is it Rhea Ripley?
No, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair or Jey Uso. Neither one of them is in the main event. That used to be the reason to win the Royal Rumble was you got a world title shot at WrestleMania.
You get to main event WrestleMania.
Main event, you main evented WrestleMania for
WrestleMania.
The world title. Now it's just a title shot.
Yeah.
Like
they didn't do a great job of building Jay and Gunther, I don't think. Just this week they turned up the notch with most of Jimmy's blood, but
I think they're relying too much on the yeet. I like it. I think they're relying too much on the crowd hype instead of like, okay, what's this character gonna do?
Yeah.
Like what is this character's deal?
It'll be fun, and it'll be something we can analyze in the coming weeks.
All in all, I will say wholeheartedly, I am very excited for this WrestleMania. This is actually one of the more crazy, like I get to watch WrestleMania where Penta's involved and like Gunther and Damian Priest. We've been watching Damian Priest since Ring of Honor when he was Punishment Martinez,
right?
Like Finn Balor, Cody, Rock, all of this stuff. Heel Cena. There's so many pieces that are perfectly in place this year. Like last year was cool, but last year was. I feel like last year, all of WrestleMania, the entire event, was built around Cody beating Roman. Every other sub match even kind of felt like it was building towards that, which was great.
Right.
But this feels like there's so much shit that's gonna finish, and so many storylines you're gonna close, and so many like cool moments.
I'm excited for the week afterwards. We're gonna get the return of Aleister Black and things like that, and the Raw after WrestleMania and SmackDown after WrestleMania are always fun.
Yeah, those are always really great. If you don't know what we're talking about, the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania is usually when debuts or returns or people moving up from NXT usually happen. So we'll be excited for that.
And we'll check in. I'm sure there'll be more news next week and leading up to, is it April 20th and 21st?
It's so wild that they put WrestleMania on 19th and 20th. It's so crazy they put WrestleMania on Easter this year.
Right. That is interesting.
Yep. Ray Phoenix debuts this Friday.
That is insane to me in my head that Penta and Ray Phoenix are on WWE TV.
Keep them on different shows and just let them be great separately.
No, they've already brought up.
Let them be great separately.
I mean, for a little bit, but once they put them together,
eventually, I get you got to do. I get you got to do it eventually.
Michael Cole already mentioned the Lucha Brothers the other night. Actually,
But can I get one belt on Penta before he goes and tag titles, please? Please, can we get one solo belt on Penta before he goes to tag
It's
title?
going to be hard to get that Intercontinental title off.
And then once you do that, they can
No-
be tag champion. They can be.
I think Penta's
tag
going to.
staples. Can I get one solo
Mm-mm.
belt? It doesn't have to be a world title. It can be intercontinental. It can be US. I feel like I want it to be intercontinental because I feel like that feels like Penta.
They're not going to take that off of Braun anytime soon, I don't think. But I would have always thought Ray would be the one to get the singles title first because just everything with Lucha and other things
I think
like
they're
that.
missing out not putting. I think they're missing out not making Ray Phoenix, putting him in NXT and making him NXT champion. I think that is a miss. I think he could be the underdog champion to. Could you imagine Ray Phoenix beating Obafemi?
That'd be interesting.
No, that wouldn't
He'd
be
be climbing
that would
all
be
over him.
Magic.
Yeah.
That'd be magic. Ray Phoenix would make Obafemi look like Andre the Giant.
You can't put. It would feel. I don't know. You're in charge of WWE.
Okay.
You're gonna bring in Penta and put him on Raw, and then you're gonna bring his brother in, and you don't want him to feel like he's getting a demotion below his brother.
I tell him you're going to be champion within 2 months.
Yeah.
I tell him, like, you're coming into NXT. We're going to build to put the belt on you. You're going to be the champion for like 6 months, and then you go up to SmackDown or Raw.
I will put money on this, and you and I can figure it out, or we'll figure out a bet of
who
some
gets the
sort,
belt
some
first.
beer. No, I think Penta and Ray. Actually, I could put them both in the same category. Will get a tag team title in WWE before they get a single title.
I don't disagree with that. I think I don't disagree with that. That's what's going to happen.
I'm not saying it's not unfortunate. I just think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen too. But I disagree with it.
I think one of the two of them moves after the draft, and the draft happens so soon after WrestleMania. I think one of the two of them moves. They put them together as tag team.
Do you think we ever just abolish the draft and just make it all one?
No, I don't know. How many times have we done that? Gone to separate titles altogether, separate altogether. It keeps going back and forth.
I think it would be more impactful if Ray just showed up instead of like, oh, now they're together. Like maybe Penta wins a singles title. Here, okay, I got it figured out. Penta wins a singles title, defends said singles title for like 2 to 3.
My fake cigarette. Listening to this,
like defends said title for 2 to 3 months, and
Intercontinental, right?
Sure, let's go.
Hang on, I'm popping. Hang on, let me reach into my fridge.
Braun Breaker's IC champ right now, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna give it up for a minute. He's got a hell of a push right now going.
But then this is how you move him into world title. This is how you move him into him versus Gunther. Like this is he's got to drop the IC to move to the world. So yes, he drops it to Penta. Penta's got the IC for 2 to 3 months, and then the next big heel shows up. Maybe it is Obafemi coming up from NXT.
Do you make Obafemi a heel?
Absolutely. The ruler. You make that's and not a heel like I'm a bad person, a heel like I'm better than everybody and this is my kingdom. Like I just don't think you don't make that a baby face. You make
a heel to the crowd or a heel to other people.
If the crowd likes, you can't stop the crowd from liking somebody. I'm saying
you can't stop the crowd from doing that thing they do with his music with it. Like
but you make him come out and just run everybody down, and he's better. Where now he's like you are a competitor. I want to compete with you. We are gonna have a war. Now just have him say nobody's good enough. You're terrible. Nobody's on my level. Do that kind of a heel with him, and then have him come in and have him be the one who beats the shit out of Penta. And then Ray has to run in and show up out of nowhere to save Penta from Oba. Or no, Oba beats him for the belt. Oba beats Penta for the belt. So Penta's got the belt, and then Oba comes in and beats him for the belt. So Oba has the belt now. After the match, Oba starts going for something crazy, like crush his head with a chair or a steel step or something like that. And then that's where all of a sudden Ray's music shows up, and then they do it.
It's not Oba that is the new heel coming in.
Who?
One of 3 people.
Are they in NXT?
Yeah, you know the 3 I'm about to mention. They're interacting with each other. Could you picture Ethan Page coming
Ricky
after
Saints,
Penta?
Ethan Page, or Shawn Spears?
Yes, 100%.
What if it's like a Shield thing?
The 3 of them together.
What if they're just like? But then they also just got that Dark State.
Spears also, yeah. Dark State just started. That's interesting. Spears has his group now, the Culling, which is kind of a cool name. I kind of like that name.
Can we talk about Ricky Saints blessing the fans? Have you seen the video of him walking on the rail and kissing his hand and kissing his hand?
He was doing it to the ladies. He was doing it for the ladies. Yeah. It wasn't the fans. It was blessing the ladies.
Because he's Ricky Saints, it should be him blessing the ladies. He should put it over as I bless the ladies.
It's too funny.
Nobody is on that man's level. Nobody can smell his stuff. There are great dudes that can do flippy moves. There are dudes
I like
that
Ethan Page
wrestle in the ring, but Ricky's incredible.
He's good. No, he's good.
Ricky's him.
All right, we're doing a shot.
Let's do a shot. All right.
Yeah, NXT has been great. Honestly, I've been having a lot of fun.
Crazy. This is as close as they've gotten to that, like Adam Cole, Finn Balor,
NXT,
Kyle O'Reilly,
it's been a minute.
Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny.
The women's division is sick. The tag team division is getting interesting.
Who's the kung fu girl with the sword?
That is Carmen Petrovic.
She's good.
Yeah, she's good. I don't like the teaming with Ashante the Adonis. I don't think he brings anything to it. You don't need a mouth. He's not even really a mouthpiece for her. He's like the boyfriend. But
I like Jada Parker.
Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
She's great.
Parker. Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
What a
Stephanie Vacour is one of the best signings WWE's made in the last couple years. I mean, it's hard to say that there's a better, not a better signing. Stephanie Vacour is it. Agreed.
I want her on main roster.
Yeah.
I want her kicking everyone in the face, and then I want Stephanie Vacour, Rhea Ripley. And just take my money. Just take it. Just take it. That's a WrestleMania match.
Have you ever? I just heard this the other day. It was very cool. It was a South American interview with Stephanie Vacour that said, "Can you tell us something about you that nobody knows or might not know?" And do you know what her makeup symbolizes?
I don't.
In one of her matches, her face was fractured. And in Japan, where she had wrestled at the time, there's the art of kintsugi, which is golden joinery or golden repair. It is when an object breaks, they heal the crack with gold and mend it together. And now it's more special because of the flaws and the imperfections that are in it. So she actually puts the makeup in the kintsugi style where her face was fractured in this match, that she thinks now she's gotten better. And so that her makeup symbolizes her fractured face. Huh. I thought that was a very cool little fact that I had no idea about that I learned today.
It looks cool too.
Oh yeah, no, it looks
cool.
It looks great.
Stephanie Vacour is great. I never thought Shawn Michaels could cook like this.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a hell of a thing going.
Nobody thought, but did you?
DX is running the world.
Did you ever think that Shawn Michaels would be running NXT and Triple H should be running main roster, and we literally would?
And The Rock's daughter would be the GM of NXT,
and The Rock is the head of the board.
Yeah, right.
And like Stone Cold's just sitting on his ranch somewhere with his cats, just drinking beer, going like, "I don't need to be there.
Oh, he'll show up when he needs to show up.
He'll show up when the money's right." And good for Steve. Good.
And I hope the money's right on 420 this year.
I hope
because
to
night
God
2
that glass breaks and he comes out. I will be so happy. My couch will be flipped over. But
The Rock and Austin having a WrestleMania moment again, that would be very cool. I'm supposed to be at work that Sunday night. I might need to take that Sunday night off.
So anyway, I've got adrenaline in my soul.
Something Cody Rhodes.
Something Cody Rhodes. Let's do a shot.
I've got shots in my bag.
I got 3 bottles.
What's the one that looks gray?
The one that looks gray.
It's the lighter black. The one that's off to the side. No. Yes. That one.
You knew what you were doing, sir.
No, I didn't. What is it?
You knew what you were doing.
No, I didn't. Oh, that's the one that looks like eye drops.
Smooth berry vodka.
Berry vodka.
Fries.
Fries.
F-R-I-S. Fries.
All right, here we go. Let's see here.
You have a bag. I just have a basket.
I have a bag. I just keep adding random shit to as well. Oh, tonight we pull Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple.
I usually pull tasty stuff, and he's usually the one drinking whatever.
Shit.
Now I'm gonna get crisp, smooth raspberry vodka. It's 70 proof.
That might not be terrible. That's 70 proof. Mine is
How
70
many
proof
milliliters
as well.
is your bottle?
Do you know that are you kidding me right now? I did some research earlier to find out if we were doing a shot or if we were doing 2 shots or if we're doing 1.7 shots if you're saying the shot is an ounce. Because these are 50 milliliter bottles, right?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, 50 milliliter. It's 1.7 ounces. So it's almost a country club pour.
What's the bragging point of yours? Does yours have like a slogan or like here's why we taste good? Because this one's hilarious.
Mine is Jack Daniel's character, classic green apple, exceptionally smooth.
This is freeze filtered. Freeze filtered.
The fuck is a freeze filtered?
When you look on the back, crafted at chilled temperatures for a crisp, smooth taste.
So there's just a bunch of really cold, sad workers that work there.
All right, let's do this, brother.
Brother, do you realize that I think we set the record tonight for our longest show and we had nothing to talk about?
There we go. Shots.
Oh, God, dude. It's apple and rubbing alcohol.
Oh, my God.
What's that one?
Body spray.
Body spray?
It smells like a Bath and Body Works.
Toss it back. Appletini.
Oh, God.
No?
That's not good. Oh, that tastes like a strip club.
That tastes like a strip club. You okay, bud?
Bad cocktails at like a strip club. Oh, we made a raspberry teeny, and it's just that and lemon juice in a cup.
Oh
God.
Oh. Well, it's been fun.
Oh, it's been vodka. This has been another episode of Two Dudes Wearing Hats. Once again, make sure that you like, subscribe, follow wherever you get your podcasts, your shows. Go to 2dwh.com. It takes you right to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow. Follow us on Instagram at Two Dudes Wearing Hats. Follow him on Instagram at that dude named Brendan. Follow me at that dude named Mike.
You can just get out there and tell your friend, hey, next week, watch this show with me. Yeah. And then they'll realize that you're an idiot.
The internet is
I don't know what
fun.
I was going with.
Let's make it happen. Once again, follow, do all those things, have a drink. That's part.
Fuck up the music. Have a drink.
Actual whiskey after that.
Take the shot.